Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, reaching for your phone, and before you've even had your first sip of coffee, you realize you made $400 while you were unconscious. Now imagine that happening every single day. Not because you worked overtime, not because you got a lucky scratch-off ticket, but because you built a system that literally treats your sleep as a profitable business hour. Look, there are people right now in this world who have completely decoupled their time from their income. People who earn more on a random Tuesday night while dreaming than most people earn in a 40-hour work week. And the best part? They aren't smarter than you, they aren't luckier than you, and they didn't start with millions of dollars. They just understood one thing that most people ignore: the difference between working for money and owning assets that work for them. Today, I'm not just going to tell you it's possible. I'm going to show you the exact 7 assets that can make this your reality. We're talking about building a life where work is optional because your assets have already handled the bills. If you've ever felt like there has to be more to life than trading your best hours for a paycheck, then pay attention, because your path to true freedom starts right now. Now, the second you hear the words passive income, you usually get hit with 2 completely useless extremes that confuse everyone. On one side, you have the laptop lifestyle scammers, the guys standing in front of rented Ferraris telling you that you can make $10,000 a week by pushing 3 buttons or joining some shady automated trading bot. That's not passive income, that's a fairy tale designed to separate you from your money. On the other side, you have the hyper-conservative skeptics who say, there's no such thing as truly passive income, it's all a lie, just work your job and save your 1% interest. Both of these groups are wrong. One is selling a lie, and the other is missing the opportunity of a lifetime. The truth is that passive income exists, but it's not easy money, and it's not no work money. It's front-loaded work money. You work hard once to build or buy an asset, and then that asset pays you for years. Today, we're cutting through the noise. No scams, no do-nothing promises, just 7 real, tangible assets that actually build wealth while you sleep. My name is AR, and I am obsessed with the mechanics of wealth, specifically how to stop trading life force for dollars and start building systems that grow on their own. If you are tired of the 9-to-5 grind and you're ready to actually own your time, hit that subscribe button right now, because we are diving deep into the assets that actually change lives. Let's get real for a second. You will never, ever get rich renting out your time. I don't care how high your hourly rate is. I don't care if you're a doctor, a lawyer, or a high-end consultant. If you have to be physically present and mentally active for $1 to show up in your bank account, you have a ceiling on your life. You only have 24 hours in a day, and you have to sleep for at least 7 of them. If your income stops when your eyes close, you are financially fragile. The uncomfortable truth is that most people are one bad boss or one health scare away from total financial disaster because they haven't built a single asset that exists independently of their labor. Wealth isn't about how much money you make, it's about how much money you make without being there. Until you own things that produce value while you are eating, sleeping, or traveling, you aren't wealthy. You're just a well-paid employee of your own life. Let's look at the wealth gap math, because this is where it gets exciting. Let's say you work a job making $30 an hour. To make an extra $1,000 this month, you have to find an extra 33 hours of your life to give away. That's time away from your family, your hobbies, and your rest. It's a linear trade. But now, let's look at asset number 1, dividend stocks. If you spent that same time and energy accumulating $200,000 in a diversified dividend portfolio with a 5% yield, that portfolio pays you $10,000 a year, roughly $833 every single month, forever. You don't have to find more hours. You don't have to ask for a raise. Whether you stay in bed all day or run a marathon, that $833 is hitting your account. But here's the kicker. If you reinvest those dividends, after 20 years, that same portfolio could be paying you $3,000 or $4,000 a month. That is the power of compounding assets versus compounding labor. One scales exponentially, the other scales linearly until you burn out. Which side of that math do you want to be on? Because every day you don't own an asset, you are losing the compounding race to someone who does.
I know what some of you are thinking. Jack, I don't have $200,000, so this feels impossible. That feeling of it's for other people is what keeps most people broke. It's called a scarcity mindset, and it's reinforced by a society that wants you to be a good consumer and a steady worker. We are conditioned to think that wealth requires a big break or a stroke of genius. It doesn't. It requires a shift in how you view a dollar. Most people see a dollar as something to be spent. Wealthy people see a dollar as a money soldier that can go out and fight to bring back more soldiers. When you're starting with $0, the psychological hurdle is the hardest part. You feel like your small contributions don't matter, but every single person building passive income today started with their first money soldier. Feeling overwhelmed isn't a sign that you can't do it. It's just a sign that you're moving into territory you haven't explored yet. Here are the 7 assets that will build your empire while you sleep. Asset 1. Dividend-paying stocks and ETFs. This is the classic. You buy shares in profitable companies and they give you a cut of the profits every quarter. It is the most passive form of income because you literally do nothing after the purchase. Start with low-cost dividend ETFs like SCHD or VIG. Even starting with $10 a week builds the muscle of ownership. Asset 2. Rental properties, real estate. People will always need a place to live. Real estate allows you to use leverage, using the bank's money to buy an asset that a tenant pays off for you. With modern property management, you don't have to be the one fixing toilets at 2 a.m. You become the CEO of your own housing portfolio. Asset 3. Digital products, the infinite scale. Write an ebook once, create an online course once, design a digital template once. Unlike physical products, there is zero marginal cost to sell the 1,000th copy compared to the first. You sleep, someone in a different time zone clicks buy, and the file is delivered automatically while the money hits your account. Asset 4. High-yield savings and money market funds. While not as sexy as stocks, in a high-interest rate environment, putting your cash to work in a 4 to 5% account is a risk-free way to earn while you sleep. It's the emergency fund that actually pays you to exist. Asset 5. Automated YouTube/content channels. Content is the new real estate. A video you make today can be watched 5 years from now. Every view is an opportunity for ad revenue or affiliate sales. You are building a digital salesperson that works 24/7, 365 days a year, without ever asking for a day off or a coffee break. Asset 6. Peer-to-peer lending and private debt. You become the bank. You lend your money to others, vetted through platforms, for a fixed interest rate. You're earning the interest that the big banks usually keep for themselves. Asset 7. Index funds, S&P 500. This is betting on human ingenuity. By owning the 500 largest companies in the US, you are essentially owning a slice of the global economy. As these companies innovate and grow while you sleep, your net worth climbs over the long term without you having to pick a single winner. Think of building passive income like planting an orchard. Most people are out in the forest every day hunting for their dinner. If they don't hunt, they don't eat. That's a job. Building assets is taking a few seeds every day and planting them in a specific plot of land. At first, you're working harder than the hunter. You're digging, watering, and protecting seeds, and you have nothing to show for it. The hunter laughs at you because he has a rabbit and you have dirt. But 5 years later, you have trees. 10 years later, you have an orchard. Now, you can sit in the shade and eat fruit whenever you want, while the hunter is still out there, older and more tired, still having to hunt just to survive. Let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah was a graphic designer making $55,000 a year. She was exhausted and felt like she was on a hamster wheel. Instead of trying to freelance harder, she decided to create one digital asset, a set of brand identity templates for small businesses. She spent every weekend for 2 months building them. She put them on a marketplace and nothing happened for 3 weeks. She felt like a failure. But then she got her first sale, $29. Then another. Then she started a small YouTube channel showing people how to use the templates. 2 years later, those templates and the ad revenue from her videos were bringing in $2,500 a month. That $2,500 meant she could quit her full-time job and move to a part-time consulting role she actually enjoyed. She told me, "The first night I woke up and saw I'd made $150 while I was asleep, I cried. It wasn't about the money. It was the realization that I wasn't a slave to my desk anymore."
Stop trading time for money. Start building your orchard. Choose one of these 7 assets: dividend stocks, real estate, digital products, high-yield cash, content, P2P lending, or index funds, and start planting today. Even if it's just one seed. Because the person you will be 5 years from now is either going to be grateful you started today or deeply regretful that you waited. So, I have to ask you, which of these 7 assets are you going to start building tonight? Drop it in the comments. Let's hold each other accountable. Subscribe if you're ready to wake up richer than you went to sleep. See you in the next one.